Hello, hello, hello. You are tuning into another episode of The Wunderkind Show. Today's topic, we got more Ravens news on the way. Listen, don't get mad at me. I love that soundbite. But yo, check this out. So, John Harbaugh has talked to the media. He was not only forthcoming, he was sincere, precise, and smiling like this. So he stated that, look, I'm not lying to you guys. I don't know when the injury from Lamar is going to get better. I don't know. He's working really hard to come back and everything else like that. But to tell you the truth, I'm not hiding anything from you guys. And here's the thing. I think he's actually sincere in this. Some people's like, boo! But not me. Not this time. Because I truly do kind of feel like he's probably got waylaid. He's probably looking at it like, man, he's going back in 3 weeks. He'll be fine. And then it probably just didn't heal the way that they wanted it to. So then that 2 to 3 weeks turned into 4 to 6 weeks. And everybody's different. But somebody had brought up something. And they're like, oh, PCL, that's not a big deal. It'll heal. He'll come back. Sean Perryman, I know a lot of y'all remember him. He used to be a Chargers player, I believe. He had a PCL injury that ended his entire career. Ended his career. You get where I'm coming from? So a lot of times we have to understand that these athletes, especially someone like a Lamar, who depends on his agility, to say the least, any injury has to be like taken serious, because you're like, yo, you want longevity. And his game, his style, I'm not saying Lamar can't stand in the pocket, because we already know, we've seen it. I told everybody I feel like in the pocket, he's a top 5 passing quarterback. But what truly differentiates him between everybody else is that he's the most elusive quarterback to ever put on a helmet, to ever put on cleats. So you have to look at it and say, how can I put him in the best situation where he doesn't injure or hurt himself? And I think that's what they're doing. Hopefully, Lamar is taking his time. I actually said that. I already tell people, it's so divided right now between the fan base, because you got fans talking about, because you want Lamar to heal, you're not a real Raven fan. Really? Like, seriously? So we know that's not true. We're Raven fans. We love Lamar. And any team is like that. Fans are probably most likely going to clamor to their superstar quarterbacks, especially a quarterback that we've seen win an MVP, lead the league in scoring, average 28 points a game, second in NFL history. Like, he's been absolutely historically great. That's what Lamar Jackson has been since he's taken over as the Ravens starting QB. So, of course, we're going to be a little more doting on him, as, some people might not like. But make no mistake about it, we're Raven fans. We just understand that this team goes with him, and we want him back fully healthy. You have to understand this. What is it that you gain him back for one game and then lose him in case he re-injures it so bad he's never the same player, and you lose that dynamicness from him for the rest of his career? So, you know what I'm saying? You have to understand, you have to play the cards. You got to understand, like, look, I can't gamble one game for an entire career. That's ludicrous. That's lunacy. And when I say ludicrous, I'm not talking about the rapper. So, John Harbaugh, I think at this, I was listening to him, I watched his body language, but you know what this does do? Do you know what this did show? This showed that he's hearing, he's listening, and he's watching what all of us are saying. They're coming back to him and saying, yo, they're pissed off at you, bro. Like, they want your head. Because you have to understand something. And I keep trying to tell Raven fans this. I tell a lot of fan bases this. Matter of fact, I tell all fans this. Right? For the teams that say you don't matter, I've heard NBA players be like, who cares? Like, they're just fans. They're nobodies. Without the fans, You don't get paid. You understand? Now, do some fans take it too far? Of course. You have buttholes in every stadium that are willing to throw away their lives for 15 minutes of stupidity. That's in every stadium. But you got to understand how you hurt an organization, how you get your organization to change. Don't show up. Don't buy the merchandise. Don't buy the overpriced glizzies. Don't buy the overpriced Coke products. And do not, and I do mean this, go to the games. Don't even watch. Just watch the box score on NFL.com every time you have to reload it to, oh, yeah, they're down 3, okay. They'll get the picture real quick. Because at the end of the day, as much as this is sports, it's a business. And do you know what happens when it's a business? Every business is driven by what? Money. Your money. Your dollars. Your hard-earned daddy war bucks. That's what drives it. So for all the people that be like, so when he said, because I know he's hearing it now, they're saying they're really pissed about that bar comment. They're saying it, everything. Of course they're telling him that, hey, that bar comment's being used a lot, man, and they're not happy. And, you know, they're saying that you look pissed and everything else. You're short with the media. You're not answering questions. All that stuff matters. Do you know why? Because it affects their bottom line. It affects their bottom line. Point blank, period. And if you can effectively affect their bottom line, you can make a difference. That's why I try to tell people like Raven fans, like, look, if we truly want Lamar Jackson signed as Raven fans, petition, straight up send letters, be like, yo, if they get in 500,000 letters saying, yo, if Lamar Jackson leaves, we're not attending games. Good luck getting any of us to buy anything for 3 to 4 years. He's getting signed the very next day. I'll tell you that right now. They're signing that contract. Power is not so much in you, but the power is in the many of you. So John Harbaugh has turned into a whole new man. Oh, yes, oh, yes, oh, yes. He was up there spry as a spring chicken. Holy, hi, everybody, hi. You know, I don't want to make it seem like I'm disrespecting anybody. I don't want to seem like I'm just, cutting people off or not answering their questions or lying to the fans. The fans that I said are at the bottom of the bar. Sickening. Hey, yo, listen, I'm actually laughing at this because like, even if, let's be real, even if he did know the full-on truth, right? Like, full-on. And he was like, this is what's wrong, this is what it is. I don't think John Harbaugh at the beginning would have gave us the truth anyways. Let's just keep it a buck. He wouldn't have. So, it's just more tit for tat, thinking and watching. I'll tell you what I am watching, though. They said the only active QB throwing passes today was Anthony Brown. Anthony Brown. Yo, not even. Yo, listen. I would be real with you, bro. I would love for Anthony Brown to turn into Brock Purdy, but we don't have the weapons to take off the pressure. You know what's funny? And I'm actually gonna parlay into this, pivot into this. Like, when you look at teams like the 49ers, right? Philadelphia Eagles. Even though the Philadelphia Eagles have not looked like the same without Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts' worth has been proven in the last 2 games. The 49ers haven't skipped a beat on their third quarterback. They have so many weapons. They have different makers on every level of offense. Every level. Running back, Christian McCaffrey. Tight end, George Kittle. Wide receiver, Debo and Ayuk. And CMC can run out and split out wide. O-line is absolutely monstrous. So when you have a good scheme and players that can make plays, you can take the pressure off of the QB. Listen, yesterday I was listening to some of these people talk, and they were like, nobody can survive in this offense except Lamar because they built it for Lamar. No. This offense, no. This is hilarious. Like, I want you to understand this right now. I want to say this before the video's out today. If Lamar Jackson was on the 49ers, they might go undefeated. If Lamar Jackson was on the Philadelphia Eagles, they might go undefeated. If Lamar Jackson was a Miami Dolphin, they really might go undefeated. Because he is a multiplier. You got to understand this. There are very few players. You have players that are superstars. You have players that are difference makers. You have very few players that are multipliers. And I'm going to explain what that means. Players that are multipliers, right, multiply the ability and production of whoever's around them, regardless of talent level. And some people's going to be like, well, Lamar hasn't made this team or them look better. I want you to understand this. I think Lamar right now is 20-7, 20 throwing touchdowns, 7 interceptions, something like that. Lamar, even when it is slowed down, was on pace for 30-plus touchdowns, passing touchdowns. That's what he was on pace for. You guys got, and that's 5. Remember, he's been out for what, 5 games? 5 games. Even if he had one passing, think about this real quick. Think about it. You would have to have had him only throw 0 or 1 touchdown every game for the rest of the season for him not to get 30-plus touchdowns. And remember, in one game, they dropped literally like 4 touchdowns. They dropped 4 touchdowns. So when a player like him, who was a force multiplier? Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning in his prime was a force multiplier. Very few players like Barry Sanders, force multiplier. Like Deion Sanders, force multiplier. Ray Lewis, force multiplier. There are very few players at that caliber. And the Ravens historically have stumbled onto 2 of them. Ray Lewis, Lamar Jackson. One on defense, one on offense. Could you imagine if Ray Lewis was actually young and was teamed up with Lamar Jackson? The football board wouldn't be ready. But that's what he is. This offense is so destitute of talent that Lamar has to be more than Superman to get anything out. Even if he has a good throwing game, it could look like a poor throwing game because they'll drop all the passes. They'll drop all the passes and drop touchdowns. So it's like there was a game, not even the Panthers game, but there's another game that he played in, and I was like, bro, forgot which one it was. And he should have had 6 passing touchdowns in that game. Let's even say they don't drop all the passes. Just don't drop half of them. He has 5 passing touchdowns. When I said 6, that's on the low end. And you've operated in this space of saying, because he's a force multiplier, just give him whatever. We could save money here, save money there, and he'll just turn water into wine. That's not the way you build. If you could do more with less, that means you could do more with more. Don't y'all know math? 2 + 2 is 4. But that's where I'm at with this whole thing with John Harbaugh and all of them. I look at this team and I'm distraught at not only us being the predicament that we are. We've asked too much of Lamar. We've asked way too much, and it's starting to take a toll when it shouldn't have. You know where I'm coming from? Like games where we're supposed to be cruising and just milking clock. You know what I'm saying? We're up 10 points going in the fourth quarter. All of a sudden, we down 10. All type of foolishness. Lamar, put on your cape. Save us all. Please. No. And then the bad play calling porous defense in the fourth quarter, giving up big plays constantly, consistently. And then you hear out today that, hey, the Ravens could win the AFC North. We don't deserve the AFC North right now. Listen, as much as I wish we won the AFC North, we should have had the AFC North. We shot ourselves in the foot. We put ourselves in this predicament. Us, this team, put yourselves in this predicament. The dropped touchdowns, the fumbles, the missed blocking assignments, the blocked kicks, the horrid turnovers. You know what's crazy? Us as Raven fans, like, talk about, amongst each other about, should, we want Lamar to be signed, but not for, fully guaranteed. The Browns messed up the pay scale. That's not normal. What are we going to do? Can Mike, what's his name, the coach? You have Raven fans so distraught right now. They're hoping that the Miami Dolphins coach gets fired so that he hopefully can become OC here. That's how, like, absolutely just battle exhausted this fan base is. We're wishing on another man's demise, not like death, but you know what I mean, in his career in Miami, simply because they're hoping that he can be OC back for our team. Oh, yo, it's a sad days in Baltimore, man. Sad days. Sad days. But with the whole Harbaugh situation, I take it as a grain of salt. I figured that's what it was. I said, look, Lamar, one thing that's been consistent in Baltimore is Lamar Jackson. He is constantly, whatever he has said, he's never lied. If he tells you, I'm hurt, that means he's hurt. If he said, yo, I'm fine. Do you remember when he was playing in 2019 and everyone was crapping themselves about him playing in the New York Jets game? And you're like, oh my God, he's hurt and he can get hurt even further. You remember RG3? Remember RG3? And he's like, I'm fine. I'm playing. And he played, and he took a good lick in one of the play. I believe the play that broke the record for rushing yards for a quarterback. And he took the lick and got up like it was nothing and bounced off. And after the game, he said, I told y'all I was fine. I said I was. He has been forthcoming from the time he's been in the league, even before. He's pretty much an open book. That's why he stays away from media, because he's so candid. So what he doesn't want to lie. So what he'll do is he just won't say anything. You know where I'm coming from? So listen, Lamar Jackson, before anything, is a competitor. And I think that he's really, truly hurt. And, I'm one of those people, don't rush back. Do not rush back. If you, you got to do what you got to do for you. Listen, I love the Ravens. The Ravens are my team, but I'm pro player. I am pro player. Especially a player that has done for what he's done for this team. I am pro player. And for everyone saying that's wrong of me, what would you have done if it was Ray Lewis? You know where I'm coming from? Like, you have to understand, Lamar Jackson's an icon of this team. He's the first MVP of this team. There's never been an all-pro offensive quarterback on this team. We've had one rusher that ran for 2,000 yards. Name another person on offense that was considered an all-pro. Was Ray Rice once? Maybe Ray Rice was for 1 year, but that's it. 2 running backs. You already know Jonathan Ogden was, but I don't count him. I mean, he's Hall of Famer. But you know what I mean? We just have to get to a place where we come to an understanding as Raven fans that, he's our future. Our team is horrible without him. And when he's playing, we're one of the best teams in the league, even without the vast weapons that these other quarterbacks have at their disposal. Shannon Sharp of Undisputed said, I think yesterday, that Skip had pointed out, like, hey, you picked the Ravens in the Super Bowl. Yeah. He's like, I only picked it because of Lamar. Think about this. For somebody that goes at Lamar as much as a Shannon Sharp, he went on live television and said, the only reason I picked him was because of Lamar. He's Superman. With the way he was playing, like, come on now, bro. They got the Super Bowl. I'm picking the Ravens. Us as fans are even saying the same thing. If Lamar comes back, we got a shot. That within itself deserves the money. This is going to be Justin Herbert's first playoff appearance, and y'all say everybody's saying he's worth every dollar. They can't let that man walk out the building. And he's been hurt. But no one's going to say that, right? No one's going to say that. That's the double standard that we talk about. That's the double standard that we live in. And most of all, that was the end of the Wunderkind show. Yo! Listen, man, y'all could be anywhere else in the world, but you're here with me, and you know I appreciate that. You guys have been so amazing. We're at 659 subscribers. Yo, I'm going to give y'all a clap because y'all guys have been amazing. Absolutely amazing. And, you know, you guys watch the content and everything else. And I just want to say thank you to everybody, especially, you know, the beginning of the new year. I just want to thank everybody for supporting the content and the channel. But for anybody that's just looking in, just watching the content for the first time, please do remember, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment, right? We love talking amongst each other. You know, this is hashtag Wonderflock. You feel me? We cover a lot of things. We cover basketball, football, but, you know, Ravens right now, you know, that's my team, and that's what we're covering right now. But look, thank you. And if you would like to go even further, you could donate right there, the bottom of the screen, the QR code. You got where I'm coming from? Yeah. And it'll be in the description for the Cash App. Money sign, the Wunderkind Show. So once again, this is the Wunderkind Show signing off. This is your host, Nitro, saying bye. And you guys knows my slogan. Peace. And I'm out. Yep.